The administration of President Emerson Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe is looking at a new method of payment of royalty by mining companies in the country. Under the new plan, mining firms doing business in Zimbabwe are expected to pay half of their royalty to the government in cash and the other half in kind, in terms of mineral products like gold, platinum, and so on. So helping me to get a better understanding of the latest mining royalty policy, half cash, half kind, is Eddie Cross. Eddie is a policy analyst and an economist and is based in Harare. It's great to see you again tonight. So it's been quite some time. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, fine. I am well. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you so much. Why is the administration in Harare rolling out this unusual royalty payment policy for the mining sector, by the way?
I think this idea was cooked up after a heavy party when people had been drinking too much. It's lunacy, quite frankly. If you take, for example, lithium, we're exporting lithium in a concentrate form. It's 5% lithium, 95% dirt. It goes out in vessels, 50,000-ton vessels to overseas markets where it's refined. How the hell are you going to get a royalty in that sort of product? What are you going to do with it? It has absolutely no value until it's refined. The platinum production here goes to South Africa after concentration, and you turn sort of 20 million tons of rock into a few thousand tons of concentrate that goes to South Africa. It goes to the refinery there. It takes up to 6 months to produce a dozen different products from that. Platinum, palladium, gold, silver, you name it. And you don't know what the value of the damn stuff is until you've refined it. And each product is refined separately in sequence. What are the government going to do with a bag of concentrate? I can understand gold. That's one thing. It's near money. But I can't understand any of these other products. And I just don't. And our mineral exports are sort of 50% base metal concentrates. If you take ferrochrome, we do 300,000 tons of ferrochrome. We could be doing a couple of million tons shortly. What the hell are you going to do with 2 tons of ferrochrome? Are you going to try and sell that on the global market? Really, I think this is lunacy, quite frankly. And if you ask me for a rational explanation, I don't think there is one. When I see the minister next, I'm going to really pull his leg on this one.
I know you're going to do that. I'm just trying to find out, does it go to the fiscal balance of the administration of President Emerson Mnangagwa, His Excellency? Is it about, what is the government trying to achieve? What are you hearing on the ground as reactions to this new plan?
Well, quite frankly, no miner that I've spoken to really understands what they want. What they need in royalties is a royalty paid in hard cash. And then, you can readily use it for everything else that you've got to do. You can pay salaries, you can build roads. What are you going to do with 40 tons of lithium concentrate? What are you going to do with it? You're going to put it in a railway wagon, ship it down to some port? I really do not see any sense whatsoever in this arrangement. And I'm mystified by where it came from. It's just one of two.
In what currency, Eddie, if I may respectfully cut it, in what currency is royalty by miners being paid? Is it in Zimbabwean dollar or the USD?
It's mainly hard currency, mainly US dollars.
Okay.
Mainly US dollars. Yeah.
So,
and that makes sense to me.
But the administration, but the government needs this foreign currency. The central bank, the Reserve Bank, needs that money, by the way. So,
no, I really, you don't ask me to explain this because I don't think it can be explained. I really think it's a bit of lunacy.
Okay.
Not often happens in the government.
Maybe we're going to get a whole lot more clarity moving forward. But again, we're heading towards the end of the year in just a couple of 4 or 5 weeks from now. How has the mining industry fared so far this year, despite the persistent crunching energy in problems in Zimbabwe, and South Africa looks like it's getting worse by the day as well?
Yeah, we've been trying to give the mining industry priority in terms of supply. So when we're really rationing the rest of the country, the mining industry, generally speaking, gets 100% of its requirements 24/7 because it is so crucial to us. I would imagine 50% of our exports come from the mining industry, and the mining sector is growing rapidly. And one of our problems is that our demand for electricity is growing faster than it has grown at any other time in our history. And we are really struggling to meet that demand. We've got a number of projects underway. The private sector stepped into the ring, and we're beginning to finance new power projects on quite a large scale. But our mining industry is very worried. They're worried about the cost of power, and they're worried about the availability of power. We recognize that, and we're doing something about it. But I think we're, at the moment, giving them priority.
What about the new gold coins offering market? How much progress are we making on that front, Eddie?
Well, the gold coins are really just a means of storing wealth. They have no monetary function. There are not enough of them. They're in very limited circulation. And when we do sell them, it mainly takes money out of the marketplace. So it can be used as a means of mopping up surplus liquidity. But I am concerned about this whole program because it takes gold, raw gold, out of the export cycle, and we turn it into local coins. It's then bought. It can be bought locally in local currency. And quite frankly, the guys can then take that stuff out of the country and they can sell it for a premium, or they can simply hold on to it as a store of value. And its use to us as a nation is lost. It takes it out of circulation. So it doesn't improve our balance of payments. In fact, it might well be very adverse to our balance of payments because gold is a very important we're one of the big producers in the world of gold. And gold returns in US dollars are very important of our foreign exchange balance. So that's another area of government where I can't really see much sense. If you're going to take gold and treat it like jewelry and sell it for a substantial premium in hard currency, that would make sense to me, because then we're getting 20, 30, 40% more for the gold that we're producing than we're getting by simply selling refined gold on an international market somewhere. But what we're doing now, turning it into coins and selling it to people in local currency, quite frankly, that's not very clever.
Okay, just on a final note, Eddie, around inflation, what's your outlook? The administration believes that we could see a deep dive in inflation into 2023. Do you think that will happen?
You're going to get me in real trouble, you know that, because I don't believe in the forecasts at all. I think if they don't fix the fundamental problem in the monetary policy field, the inflation is going to continue. And I cannot see the budget changing that situation. It's monetary policy that has to change. We have to change the way in which we trade our foreign currency. You know, I've just been to Mozambique and I've just been to Zambia doing business. Both those countries have strong currencies. Zambia's currency is stronger than the rand. And their economies are much smaller than ours, and their balance of payments are much weaker than ours. So there's no reason for this chaos and this arbitrage that's available to these speculative traders in the money market. We need to trade our foreign currency properly within a structured bank market, and that's the advice of the IMF and the World Bank. And quite frankly, I can't seriously criticize that. And I think the government's really got to get to grips with this if they want to solve the inflation problem. Because our inflation is caused by basically printing money. And so long as you're buying gold with local currency that's been printed, it's like giving the government an overdraft at the Reserve Bank. You're printing the damn stuff. And that's what's driving our inflation. And frankly, we're nowhere near addressing that problem.
All right. Well, thank you for your time tonight, as always. Eddie, do have a restful weekend and enjoy the evening. Thank you so much out there in Harare. Thank you so much, Eddie Cross, economist and policy analyst.